First we check gait, now we're checking posture. You don't have to fix anything. Just relax, okay? So with Jennifer, well,
she looked at me, I was like, I know.
First, let's bring our feet shoulder width apart. Okay, I started with the feet, okay? So with Jennifer, what can we see with her feet? Stop. We're looking at arch, yeah, her arch is collapsed. It's internally rotated, right? So that means her knees. Got you. So we got the heel, and then I also do toe spacers, but I gradually get people onto toe spacers. I don't say, hey, do an hour of this a day. That's crazy, right? We start off with 30 seconds, a minute, and then with the toe spacers, with the collapse, what's it called? Arch, right? As the big toe comes out and support that foot more, first of all, we're going to work with that bunion, right? And then that arch is naturally going to come up and start supporting the foot naturally, right? Shoes that have a lot of support in the arch, that's not helping, right? Because now the foot is relying on that support and not learning how to support itself. So the more we spread our toes, this is why I walk barefoot. I spread my toes. I want my toes to actually work the way they're supposed to work. So the more that they spread, the more support that we have from the foundation, the more the natural arch come, then that the ankles are going to be more supported, the knees are going to be more supported, the hips are going to follow along, right? So I do start with the feet. That's our foundation, and then I go to knees. I already know with her arch coming in, her feet coming in, the knees are going to come in too. She's going to have tightness in her groin. Right? Automatically, I need to work on the groin. I need to work first. I need to work on her feet. Then we're going to go into the groin. How she's standing. We have we have more of a posterior pelvic tilt right here. So what does that tell us when we have a posterior pelvic tilt? Got to. Okay. So posterior pelvic core might be tight, right? It's going to be pulling in her posterior, in her erector spinae group, in her QL, right? Glutes tight. I'm first of all, while I'm assessing, I'm going around the room, but if I had more room, Lord, I wish I had more room. I do right here, I'm looking. I come lateral. Is she clenching her glutes, right? Spin around? No, turn towards me. There we go. Is she clenching her glutes? Because now we know that she's in the posterior pelvic tilt. There could be a possibility that she's going to be clenching her glutes. There could not be. When it comes to postnatal, a lot of women do clench their glutes, right? But she's not. She's relaxed. And if she is, I will give them a cue. Clench your glutes for me and relax. They're like, oh, I didn't even know I was even clenching. So I start working on them right then and there. We're already starting to release the glutes just by them actively clenching and releasing, right? All right, so I check the curvature of the spine. She has a pretty good thoracic curvature. That lumbar curvature is a little straight, right? Now we're looking at the neck. Oh, shoulders, I'm sorry. Yeah. But we can open up the thoracic. We can do some pelvic tilts on the table. Right, we can do some active work on the table. I do a lot of active work. Right, we do a good amount of active work on the table. It's just not stretching. I do pelvic tilts on a half roller, stuff like that. I do thoracic decompression. I just have like a little thing that goes on the table, and they can just lay back and decompress it. Stuff like that, so that it can just help them on a day-to-day basis. We have curvature right here, but there is some rounding of the shoulder, right? So that tells us that we do need to open up the chest, but we also need to strengthen the rhomboids, the lats, the upper traps and lower traps. There you go. When I do see this, there could be a number of things going on in the base of the cervical spine. This could either be a fat pocket. We can take care of that with gua sha, cupping, right? It could be a herniated disc. It is not, thank God. But it can go down. Yeah, it can go down. It's a fat pocket. So she knows.